Hello everyone. Welcome to today's session on mastering your Zoho CRM and Zoho Books integration. My name is Reshma and I'm the product marketer for Zoho Books. Before we start the session, let me quickly walk you through the agenda of what we are going to be doing in the next 40 to 45 minutes. I'm going to show you what Zoho CRM and Zoho Books applications look like, who are the people who are going to be using these two applications, why should you connect your sales and your accounting, and what are the steps involved in connecting these two applications. I'm also going to create a few transactions in both your Zoho CRM and Zoho Books and show you how the data flows between these two applications. In the end, I'm going to answer a few questions that our customers have asked us when they usually go about connecting their Zoho CRM and Zoho Books account. Now in the next 40 to 45 minutes, I'm going to talk to you about three things: what your sales need and how they can find that information in Zoho CRM, what your finance need and how they can find those information in your Zoho Books account, and how these two different teams in your business can collaborate with each other to make your customer happy, which eventually will make your business happy. Now before we begin, I want you all to pause and think for a moment. What's the first thought that comes to your mind when you think of your salesperson? What's their most important job in a day? Is it meeting clients, cold calling, or follow-up? All of them, right? We all know that sales is responsible for generating the revenue for your business. They are called the rainmakers for a reason. They bring in new business, and if they have built great relationship with their customers, then they can get repeat business from them as well. Now, if you are a salesperson who is managing 20 to 30 different clients, how do you keep track of all the calls, all the follow-ups, and the emails that need to be sent, all the while supporting the existing customers as well? You need a tool that will help you effectively manage all these activities, and that's where Zoho CRM comes into the picture. Now I'm going to move away from the presentation mode and show you a very high level picture of Zoho CRM. Now I'm going to quickly show you what Zoho CRM looks like, and I'm going to highlight the key modules that are important for today's integration with Zoho Books. This is my Zoho CRM account. You'll find the top navigation bar of Zoho CRM right here, where you'll see the leads module, accounts, contacts, and potentials. Now, if you want to customize Zoho CRM for your business, you can head straight to the setup area. You can add your salespeople, you can customize their profiles, you can create custom functions and custom workflows for your business right here in the setup section. Now, when I log in, I see the dashboard for my leads module, which is basically a summary of all the leads by their source, by the status of whether I have contacted them or not. It also lists all my salespeople and the leads record that is associated with them. And finally, I see a list of all the leads by the various industries. Let me take you to the leads module and show you what a lead looks like. Here is a list of all my leads. Now I'm going to click open a lead and show you all the information that you can associate it with the lead. Here you can find the lead owner is nothing but the salesperson who's going to be working on this lead. You will also see the lead source and the lead status. To add any new information, you just click on the edit and then just enter the information right there. When you scroll down the leads, you will see an area where you can add notes. You can also add activities like a task, or if you're making a call, you can enter that information as well. Now, when you're ready to convert this lead into an account, all you need to do is click on the convert button. That way, all information that you had entered for the lead will be automatically pushed to the accounts module. And when you click open the account, it will list you all the information that was originally available in the leads module. And when you scroll down the account, you'll again see similar interface where you can add information in the notes, you can create potential for the account, you can add contacts, and you can also add various other activities like task or event or logging a call. Now let me quickly show you what the potential module look like. Now this is the potential module. These are nothing but the opportunities that you can associate with various accounts. Each of these potentials will undergo various stages. It starts with the qualification and moves on to the proposal, negotiation, and finally, if the deal is won or lost. Now, this is really a high-level picture of Zoho CRM. You can do a lot more with Zoho CRM. Now, I'm going to move back to the presentation and continue with the next important group, which is your finance team. So, what does your finance team do? Your finance team is the guardian of the money that comes into your business and responsible for the money that goes out of it as well. Now, they have to record all the transaction that incurs on a daily basis. They have to do various bookkeeping activities and also provide advanced financial reports to let you know how your business is performing. Now, Zoho Books is an accounting application that is built to perform all these tasks and more. Let me quickly show you what Zoho Books looks like and what it can do for your business. Now, this is my Zoho Books account. When you log into Zoho Books, you'll first see the dashboard, which gives you a very high-level picture of the financial status of your business. Right on the top here, you'll see the total receivables, which is basically nothing but the money that your customers owe you. On the right here is your total payables, which is the money that you owe your vendors. When you scroll down, you'll see the cash flow chart, which will tell you the money that has come in on a monthly basis. Scroll down further and you'll see graphs on the income and the expenses and the further breakdown of all the expenses for the specific period that you have selected. Scroll the page further and you will see all the banks and the credit card account that you have linked with your Zoho Books account. Now, unlike Zoho CRM, your main navigation is available on the left-hand side. So next is your Contacts tab, where you will find all your customers and vendors listed right in one place. When you click on the filter, you can choose your customers and your vendors. When you see further, you'll also see a filter by CRM customers and CRM vendors. Now, when you sync your Zoho Books account with that of your Zoho CRM, you'll be able to view all the CRM customers and vendors by clicking on this filter. When you log into your Zoho Books account in the Contacts tab, all the contacts will be provided as a list, and when you click on one particular account, you will find more information on that on the right hand side over here. The next is the Items tab, where you will see information on the various items that you have added. When you click one open, you will be able to add purchase related information for that item. The next tab is the banking module, where you can connect your bank and your credit card account with real-time bank feeds, and you can fetch and categorize them as well. We also have your sales related transactions like your quotes, invoices, and your credit notes under the sales module. Let me quickly show you what the invoice module looks like. When you click on that, you will see a list of all the invoices right over here, which you can filter using the filter option over here. Now, when you click on a particular invoice, you will be taken to the details page of that invoice on the right hand pane. Now, if you scroll the page further down, you will see the payment related information for that invoice. Now, if you click on the payment number, you will be taken to the Payments tab, where you can find more information about the mode of payment and the payment date as well. Let me take you to the Purchase tab, where you can see all the expenses and the bills which you have added for your business. It works the same way like your invoice. You click on one and it will give you more information on the right hand side. Now, if you have an accountant, you can invite them to your Zoho Books account and they can log in and create manual journals. They can also add new chart of accounts for your business. Right at the end is your Reports module, which basically holds all your key financial reports like your profit and loss, cash flow statement, and balance sheet. We also have other reports which are listed under each of these respective modules. Just click upon an individual module and you will find a lot of reports under those. Each of these reports are customizable. Just click on the top which says Customize Report, and you can pick and choose the options that you want. You can also show or hide various columns and export these reports from the top right section over here. Now, this is a really high level picture of Zoho Books. Similar to Zoho CRM, if you want to customize your Zoho Books, all you need to do is head to the settings section over here and then customize your Zoho Books account. And what can you do over here? You can add your online payment gateways. You can also add custom workflows for the various modules like your invoice, your quotes, and also for your credit notes. I'm going to move back to the presentation. Now that you've seen what Zoho CRM looks like and what Zoho Books looks like, why should you connect your sales and your accounting application? Well, the first and the most important point is the fact that you should capture your entire customer transaction in one place, right from the initial notes that were captured up until the payment has been made. If you have all this information in one place, it's easier for your support staff to address your customer queries quickly. Moving on to the next point, if your sales and your finance are using two different systems to capture customer information, then they have to enter all the information twice. But if you are using the same account, then you just enter it once. Now, it's not just about reducing the data entry part. Take this scenario. You have done business with a client and they are yet to make payment. The finance has been following up on payment, but there has been no response. When the sales visits the office, they find that the contact has left the business and there is a new person in place. Typically, sales would update the CRM, but the finance team is left in the dark and they still pursue calling the old number, and it might take them some time to figure out what has really happened. Now, when the apps are connected, the moment sales updates the contact record in CRM, your books will also be updated. So what we are trying to say here is the fact that both the teams will be working on the same information at hand. Which brings me to my third point. You can avoid a lot of mistakes while entering data. Simple mistakes like spelling errors, designation errors, phone numbers. I'm sure each of you would have experienced one or the other at some point. Now let me take you back to my first point. When both your apps are connected, you have end-to-end information about your customer. What they need, when they bought it, what's the sales talking to them about, what's the outstanding yet to be paid. Now when you have complete information, you can choose to prioritize your work. You can focus your energy on contacts that give you business and pays you on time, rather than on those who ask you to send multiple proposals and do no business at all. Now, selling can be more effective if you find the right customer to sell. Well, the fifth benefit is pretty obvious. With all this information available in your system at your fingertips, you can answer customer queries really faster. When your client calls you to check if the product is available in stock or if they have received the payment, you can just look it up in CRM rather than say, if you can give me a second, I'll just check with my finance team and get back to you. Now, what this essentially does is, it makes you less dependent on other teams to get the information that you want on time. So everyone can do their work without disturbing the other. Now, there's a lot to gain when you connect your CRM and your accounting, and that's why I think you should connect your Zoho CRM and Zoho Books account. Now, a lot of our customers have asked us about the difference between the invoice module of Zoho CRM and that of Zoho Books. Now, that's a very valid question. What Zoho Books does in addition to just creating quotes and invoices is that it's a complete accounting application. It keeps a record of all the money that comes into your business and the money that goes out of it as well. Now, right from customer payments to vendor payments to the salaries that have been paid to employees, all of it. Now, you need an accounting tool to handle all the back office operations for your business, which is quite a lot. Now, customer transactions are a critical component of the accounting application. All the payments, refunds, credit notes, all of it is available right within your accounting application. What we are doing with this integration is that we are allowing sales to access these financial information right from Zoho CRM without giving them access to your books. Now, if you're running a business, you will have to follow compliance and pay your taxes. Now, based on the geography and the state requirement where you do business, you may have to pay either the sales tax in US or maybe the VAT in UK. Sometimes your customers may be taxable or tax exempt. Now with Zoho Books, you can manage all these complexities of taxes with ease. If you're selling in multiple states in the US, you would probably have to add a bunch of taxes into the software and remember to add those in your invoices as well. But if you're using Zoho Books, you don't have to worry about that at all. It's integrated with Avalara, which will fetch the right taxes based on the customer that you select on the invoice. Now, at the end of the day, you have to take a look at how your business is performing as a whole. You will need insights not just on your sales, but also on your expenses, assets, liabilities, and others. You need reports like balance sheet, profit and loss, and cash flow statement. Now you can customize these reports and even download them from Zoho Books. Now that you have sent your invoices using Zoho CRM, you will need a tool to collect your payments as well. Zoho Books is integrated with online payment gateways like your PayPal, Braintree, Stripe, and Square as well. You can send across a payment link to your customers where they can make a payment, or you can charge your customer's credit card as well. You also have the facility to offer a partial payment or bulk payment for multiple invoices to your customers through the client portal. Now, chasing late payments is always a pain. Now, it's best to automate those, and that's exactly what Zoho Books does. You can send up to 10 payment reminders to your customers for all the overdue payment that's there. Now, if you know the expected payment date from any of them, all you need to do is just enter the expected payment date and Zoho Books will stop sending the reminder to them. Now, this automation can be switched on and off at the customer level. Remember I was talking to you about the client portal earlier? It not only allows your customers to make payment, but also allows them to update their contact information, their address, their card details. They can also view all the past transactions and download their statements. And if you're lucky, they can also leave a review of your work in the client portal. Now I'll quickly show it to you during the demo. Let's do a recap of what we have done so far. Now I've spoken to you about the role of sales and how Zoho CRM can help them track all the activities. I've told you what finance needs and how Zoho Books can help them keep a record of all the transactions and how to generate the reports. What are the benefits of the integration for your business and why you should choose Zoho Books over the invoice module of Zoho CRM. Now that we have understood the importance of this integration and why Zoho Books, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the integration. Now this is how the data flows between these two applications. If you take a quick look at the modules on the left-hand side, you will see that you can connect your contacts, vendors, products, and also the various transactions between your Zoho Books and your Zoho CRM account. Now, your modules, which are contacts, vendors, and products, you can move the data both ways. There is a two-way sync available between your Zoho Books and Zoho CRM application. When it comes to transactions, what we have done is we have made it possible for your sales to create your quotes and invoices right from Zoho CRM. So the interface that you see within CRM is that of Books. Now, once all this information is available to your salespeople, do you want to give access of the financial information of customers to everyone, or do you want to customize the profile? Now, in Zoho CRM, in the setup section, you'll be able to customize the profile of each user. At the bottom of the profile page, you will see a section on Zoho Books Permission, where you can pick and choose and customize the way you want your salespeople to access the financial data. Now, before we go ahead and show you what the integration is look like, I want you to think on the next 2-3 things, like, do you want to push all the accounts and contacts from your Zoho CRM account to your Zoho Books? How many contacts do you want to push to your accounting software? Is it all of them or is it some? Now, if it is specific contacts, then what we would suggest is create views in Zoho CRM so that you're not pushing all of them at once, but you're just selecting specific contacts which need to be pushed. Now, the second thing is go through the mapping fields on the integration page, and if you want to carry over additional pieces of information from CRM to Books, just create custom fields in Books. And in the end, if you're using the multi-currency option in Zoho CRM and Zoho Books, ensure that both have the same currency in place. Now I'm going to quickly show you how to connect your Zoho Books account with that of Zoho CRM. Now this is my Zoho Books account. I'm going to head straight to the settings section, which is available right on the top right hand corner. Click on that and head to the integrations. When you come to integration, you will see a sub-tab called Zoho Apps. These are all the Zoho apps that are integrated with my Zoho Books. I'm going to click on Zoho CRM Show Details. Now if you notice, I have already connected my Zoho Books account with my Zoho CRM. So when you come to this integration page, there are 3 things of importance. The first one, your Zoho CRM credentials. You will find information on the email and the Zoho CRM ZSE key in the setup section of your Zoho CRM account. Let me show you that. When you click here to generate ZSC key of your Zoho CRM account, it will open up a page in your Zoho CRM under your developer space, and this is the information that you want to copy and move to your Zoho Books account. Just copy the information over here and click on save. Once you have entered the credentials, when you scroll down, you will see 3 modules that we have currently enabled the sync for. Those are your accounts and contacts, your vendors, and your products. I'm going to open one of them, click on the edit, and show you what are the fields that you can sync between each of these modules. Now, the first thing that you need to identify is which is the module in Zoho CRM that you want to sync with Zoho Books. Is it just the accounts or contacts, or is it accounts and their associated contacts? The next thing that you need to think about is how do you want the flow of information to be? Is it going to be a one-way sync where you're just pushing the information from Zoho CRM to Books, or is it going to be a two-way sync? I've selected two-way sync for me right over here. The third step is, now this is important, if you are someone who has already been using Zoho Books and Zoho CRM, you're obviously going to have duplicate records in both these applications. So when you start the sync, there are bound to be common information that's going to be coming from one app to the other. What we suggest is choose the override function. So when you select this, your CRM app, which usually has the real-time updated information about your customers, will override that of Zoho Books. But don't worry, all your transactions will be right there. The fourth one is the view that you need to sync. Remember, I was talking about whether you want to push specific contacts of your Zoho CRM or if you want to push all your contacts. If you're in the latter category, just select all your accounts. But in my case, I just want to push some of the contacts and the accounts from Zoho CRM to Zoho Books. So I have created a specific view, and which I have called Zoho Books Contact. And the last and the final step is mapping of fields between these two accounts. On the left hand side, you will find the Zoho Books fields, and on the right, you will find Zoho CRM field. We've already done the hard part. We have mapped all your billing and your shipping address and your contact information. But if you have any custom fields like the one that I have just added over here, like the industry, you just need to pick and select the right field from your Zoho CRM account and map it to the field of that of Zoho Books. And click on Save and Sync. Now you need to repeat the process for your vendors and for your products as well. Now the last thing for your integration setup is the triggers. We have 2 options available and you can pick either one of those. The first one is when you create a potential, you can create a quote, and when the potential is marked in won or lost, the quote can be converted to either approved or declined. The second option is when your potential is marked as won, you can create an invoice, or if the potential is marked as lost, we will just void your invoice in Zoho Books. With that, once that step is done, you would have connected your Zoho CRM account with that of Zoho Books. Well, now that I've connected my Zoho CRM and Zoho Books account, I'm going to quickly show you how do you actually move the transactions from one account to the other. I'm going to play dual role here. So when I'm a salesperson, when I'm in Zoho CRM, and I'll be the finance person when I go back to Zoho Books. So I'm just going to quickly open an account which I have, which I'm doing business with, and I'm going to create a potential for this particular account. To add a new potential, I just come to the quick action section, enter the amount. My company is into website designing, so I'm just going to suggest a new website revamp option for them, and the deal is expected to close within the next 2 weeks. When I scroll down my account, you will see all the notes section, and you will see the attachments, and right over here in the potentials, you will find the new potential that I just added. Now, because of the trigger between Zoho Books and Zoho CRM, right at the bottom of this account, you will see a new estimate has just been created. Now, as a salesperson, you can just click open that estimate and see all the details that has been carried forward from the potential to the estimate. You can choose to edit this information if you want, or you can export it as a PDF or directly email it to the customer. Now, I'm just going to email it directly to my client. You can choose the email address of the client. The information over here is completely customizable. Just hit the send button now. you'll see that the status of the estimate has just changed to sent. Now you'll just sit back and wait for the client to approve or decline the estimate. Now I'm going to quickly show you from the client's perspective how they can see the estimate in the client portal. So this is the client portal feature of Zoho Books. When your client logs into their client portal, they can go to the estimate section and see the estimate that was recently sent to them. They can click it open and they can either choose to accept it or forward it to somebody else in their organization who can accept it. You can also attach comments over here which will reflect under the estimates in your Zoho Books account. So I'm just going to accept the estimate over here. The status of that has just changed. And when the salesperson logs back into the Zoho CRM account the next day, so I go to the account again and I scroll down towards the Zoho Books section over here, and I'll see that the status of the estimate has changed to accepted. Now typically, once a quote has been accepted, you will call up your finance person to send the invoice. Now with these two applications integrated, when the finance person logs back into Zoho Books, they will see a small notification over here. When they click on the notification, it says that Majestic International has accepted your estimate. So I'm just going to click on this and it will take me to the estimate which is accepted. I'll see a small icon over here which basically says that my client has seen the estimate in the client portal. I can also see other information over here that the estimate was emailed by this salesperson from Zoho CRM to the client. So all I'm going to do now is convert this estimate to an invoice. All the information from the estimate was directly pulled into it. You'll see that the tax information is also available. I can choose to add any attachments or files if I want, or I can also select the various payment options available. And I'm just choosing to save and send this invoice to the client. If you'll notice, I also have the salesperson CC'd in this particular email. So what you have seen is, as sales from CRM, I have created the estimate and I have sent it to my client who accepted in the client portal, and the accepted estimate was converted to the invoice in Zoho Books, and I just emailed the final copy of the invoice to the client. All of it happened without any exchange of emails at all. Now you'll see the status of the invoice has been changed to sent. Now, what the client is going to do is, when she logs back into the client portal, she would have probably received a notification or email that an invoice has been sent to her, and when she clicks open the client portal and heads to the invoice, she'll see the invoice right over here. Now she can either forward this invoice to her AP department, or she can just go ahead and make the payment for that. Now you won't see a pay button over here because none of the online payment gateways were activated with this particular invoice. Now I'm just planning to send a check payment for this particular invoice. So when the salesperson next logs back in to CRM, just to see what's the status of the invoice, because to the salesperson, the last information was that the estimate was accepted and the finance was supposed to create an invoice. So instead of calling the finance person, they're just going to go to the account in Zoho CRM and scroll down the page, and they'll see that the invoice has been sent to the client. And you'll see the status is in the sent status. Now when finally the finance team receives the payment from the client via check, they are going to go back into the invoice and record the payment. Payment has been received via check, and they'll just record the payment, and the invoice will be in the paid status. Now in the CRM app, how does it look? When the salesperson goes back to the account, they'll scroll down and they'll see that the invoice is in the paid status. Another way to find out the outstanding available is just head over to the account, and on the right hand panel you will see a small information called receivables and payables, where you'll see all the total sales that has been done with this particular account. You'll also see the receivables or the outstanding that's pending. Now, if there are any unused credits associated with this account, you can find that information also over here. So this is what is possible with the Zoho CRM and Zoho Books integration. Your sales can create transactions in Zoho Books. They can view the outstanding amount, which is right over here, and they can also view the status of the various transactions. Now, if you connect your Zoho Books and your Zoho CRM account, all of it is possible. Well, now that you have connected your Zoho CRM and Zoho Books account, and you have seen how transactions are created in both of these applications, I'm going to show you the next set of slides where I'm going to discuss what are the common questions that our customers have asked our support. Well, the first question is, I have added new contacts in Zoho CRM, but they don't reflect in Zoho Books. So I want to talk to you here about the sync setup that usually takes place. Once you have connected your Zoho Books and Zoho CRM application, we sync your data every 2 hours. So if you have added a contact in less than 2 hours, chances are you may not find them in Zoho Books. But you can quickly add that by doing the instant sync. Let me show you how to find the instant sync option. So when you go to your Zoho Books setup, just head over to the integrations area where you had actually gone ahead and connected your Zoho CRM account. You will see a section called Instant Sync. So if you don't find any contact which you have added in Zoho CRM and it's not available in Zoho Books, just head over here and click on the Instant Sync option. The alternate option is when you go ahead to create an invoice, just add the contact right over here. And you'll see an option called Search in Zoho CRM. So you can either do the instant sync at the integration page, or you can just head over to the transaction and find the contact right over here. Let's move to the second question. I have 2 Zoho Books accounts. How do I connect them to Zoho CRM? Now this usually happens when you have 2 different departments and you want to monitor all their transactions separately. Well, ideally, you can connect one Zoho Books account with one Zoho CRM, and that's when you can actually enjoy the benefits of creating transactions in both CRM and Books. But if you really want to connect more than one account, then you can only do a one-way sync where you are only pulling all the contacts from Zoho CRM and pushing them to Zoho Books. You will not be able to create estimates or invoices in your Zoho CRM account. Finally, why do I get an error message when I change the module from contacts to accounts and contacts? Now typically when you set up the integration first, you'll be able to select a module that you want to sync with Zoho Books. Now if you want to change the module anytime after the integration has been set up, the best thing what we would suggest is just send an email to us at support@zohobooks.com and we'll be able to help you out from our end. And finally, we move on to the next and the most weighted section of this webinar, the new Zoho Books module inside Zoho CRM. Now what we have done with this enhancement is the fact that we have put together all the financial information available in Zoho Books and introduced a new module called the Zoho Books module inside Zoho CRM. Let me quickly show you what that looks like. Now this is a new account that I have set up where you will be able to see the Zoho Books module inside Zoho CRM. If you sign up to Zoho Books and Zoho CRM today, you will not be able to see this module. But if you want to try it, this is currently available in the beta version. And if you want to try that, just drop us a mail to support@zohobooks.com and you will be able to see this module inside your CRM account. When you log into your Zoho CRM account now, you'll be able to see a Zoho Books module inside Zoho CRM. In the current integration, you'll only be able to see the financial transactions under each individual account. But with the new module, you will be able to see all the information right here under this module. You have your invoices, estimates, and your sales order transactions available over here. And we also have various views which are available, which when you click, you'll be able to see the specific transactions under each module. For example, this is a list of all the overdue invoices for all the accounts that I handle. Now when I click open an individual invoice, I'll be able to see the detailed view of the invoice. And not just that, when you scroll down, you can also associate activities with that particular invoice. I can follow up on a payment. I can also record the calls that I have made regarding this particular transaction. I can add notes over here which will reflect in my Zoho Books account. So I'm just going to add a note over here saying that the payment will be made in 2 days. I'm going to save it over here. And this is my invoice number 51. Now when my salesperson goes back to the invoice, and I'm going to click open the invoice 51. And if you click on the show Zoho CRM section, here's a small note that I added for my finance person which says payment will be made in 2 days. So rest assured, I don't have to send another payment reminder to the client because the salesperson has just met the client and updated me on that. Now coming back to the transactions in the new module, I'm just going to create a quote for a client of mine, and I'm going to show you how they can go about converting that estimate into an invoice. So I'm going to this client called Zoho Cafe, and I'm going to create a quote for them. So unlike the previous integration where I had set up the trigger, in this particular account, there is no trigger that is set up. So if I create a potential, I'll have to manually go and create the estimate as well. So I'm expecting about $1,000 worth of business with these guys, and it's going to be 5 bottles of vanilla. My deal is expected to close in about 2 weeks' time, and this is in the proposal stage. So when you scroll down the page, you'll notice that there are no estimates created because the trigger was not set. So I'm just going to create an estimate directly right over here. I'm going to select the item. If you notice the small section over here that says available, it is the stock available in hand, which is being fetched from your Zoho Books inventory module. So I'm just going to add 5 bottles of these. And if I want, I can add a discount also over here. And you'll see that the tax information has already been fetched. So I'm just going to save and send this information to my client. But before that, you will see the notification email. You can customize it if you want. I'm just going to hit on send. So 2 things to notice over here will be that the status of this particular estimate has changed to sent. And you can also keep track of all the history and comments for this particular transaction right over here. Now, if you want to follow up on this particular code, you can just create a new task. And you can set the due date as tomorrow. So that now that you have created the quote and sent, maybe tomorrow you can come back and just send a mail to the client asking about the quote as well. And then the client logs back into the client portal. She will see the new estimate over here, which she can accept. When the finance logs back into Zoho Books, he'll notice a small icon over here which says Zoho Cafe has accepted your estimate. And he'll see that the estimate has been accepted. So I'm just going to convert this estimate to an invoice. I'm also going to add a 5% discount over here because this is month end and we are just giving discounts to our customers. So I'm just going to click on save and send, and I'm going to hit the send button. I'm also going to add a comment for my salesperson saying added a 5% discount. So when my salesperson logs back into Zoho CRM the next day, he can quickly go into the invoices modules to see if the invoice was sent or not. And right here, he'll see the new invoice. He'll also see a small note added by the finance person which says added a 5% discount if the payment is made within 1 week. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just call the customer and tell them to make the payment within a week's time so that they can get benefit of the discount. And I have tracked that call right over here. And the client says she will make the payment, so I'm just going to record that and tell my finance person that the client is willing to make the payment within this week. When the finance person logs back in the next day into the Zoho Books account and he heads to the invoice, he'll see the notes right over here by the salesperson that he has added that the client is willing to make the payment by this week. Now, apart from making it easier for the salesperson to access all this information from a single module, we've also made it easier for your sales and finance to collaborate with each other with the notes and the activities section. Now, the last enhancement that we have made to this integration is that we have added 5 new reports which are powered by Zoho Books. So you have reports like your sales by customer, overdue invoices, and your sales by product, which are being powered by your Zoho Books accounting application. I'm going to click open a report over here, which is basically a list of all my accounts and the pending invoices against them. So if I'm a salesperson and I'm going to strike a new deal with my customer, it might be a good idea to run this report just to make sure how much of outstanding is against them. Now with the new Zoho Books module inside your Zoho CRM account, you can find all the financial information of all your accounts under one place. You can also improve collaboration with your finance people using the activities section of each of these transactions. And finally, you can run reports which are powered by your Zoho Books accounting application right within your Zoho CRM account. Now, if you need help setting up the integration, do call us at 188-900-9646. You'll find all the information about this integration in our help document. And if you would like to enable the new module inside your Zoho CRM account, just drop us a mail to support@zohobooks.com. With that, thank you everyone for attending this session and have a great day ahead.